Okay. Oh, is it opening the program? Okay. Let's go back to Word. So I was here on this page for the for the paragraph option. Okay, so I was in the paragraph option in the MLA formatting, and they said ½ inch, right? So where it says indentation right here, indentation, where it says left, we're going to say, oh, nope, that's doing everything, so that's not going to work. Mirror indentation, that's everything. What's special? First line, there we go, ½ inch. Woohoo! Okay, just like the Warriors one. Woohoo! Let's hit OK. Boy, that looks beautiful. You guys all got that? Where did I get that again? Under paragraph option, right here's the little pull-down menu. First line, 0.5 inch, right? Okay, let's talk about the header now. So, in this case, there's an invisible bar at the top of your page called the header. To put the header in, we go underneath the insert option, and you got a header option here. So go click on insert. Do you see the header right here? It's kind of towards the top right here. Okay, and you have page number, your page, yeah, header. Header we want, I gotta remember how to do all that. We're gonna go down to where it says edit header. Edit header. And hold on, I have to remember what I'm doing here. Just let me do it once and then I'll explain it. We want it to be on the left side. On the right side, I'm sorry. Insert a tab to help align content with the header or footer. We want right. We want to say, okay. And we want to put our last name in there. Space. Hold on, I'm really close to showing you. And then we want to do page numbering, top of page, margin, page margin, number, top page, number 3. Oh, and then type in my name, like that. And then different on first page is this option right there. And then close the header. Hold on, I'm so close. I am so close. I am. Let me go to another page. There, and it shows up. Okay, I'm ready to show you. Sorry, I had to think about it how I was gonna do it. Well, I guess I can't undo that far, can I? Let me see, undo typing. No. How do I undo what I did? Let me start with a new one. Oh, jeez, I made a mistake. Now I'm making all kinds of mistakes here. Let me start with a new page. Okay. So in this case, so you should be at this point right now. So we're going to put in a header. Again, it's under insert, header. Now hold on, that school's calling me now. Yes? Yes? Harvey? Uh-huh. What? Yeah, take him wherever you're going. Ciao. Yeah, take him with you. Sorry. Okay, so let's get to the header. So notice right here it says header. And we're going to say blank header. No, what did I do before? I did edit header, right? Edit header here. And then from there I went to insert alignment. Or no, we went to page number. Top of header, number 3. So go to page number, top of header, number 3. Do you see that? Click on that, and then type in your name in front of the page number, and then put a space. And then the last thing you're going to do is you're going to do different on first page right here. See where it says different on first page? Yes?
I thought on the MLA format we're still supposed to have page 1 on the first page.
No, you can. It says in the MLA format you follow the instructor's instructions according to the page number, and I don't want it on the first page. Okay? So no, I don't want it on the first page. It just doesn't look right. It's better if it starts on the second page, right? So right here where it says different on first page is what you want to click. Now it doesn't, you say, it went away. That's fine. If you close the header and footer right here, see where it says close header and footer right here? And if you type enough stuff in there, see if you go all the way to the second page, type some more stuff in there, type some more stuff in there. If you get to the second page, look, it'll show up. Do you see that? So it should show up on the second, third, fourth page. So again, everybody got that? I don't want it on the first page. Click the little checkbox, not on the first page.
Is it?
Yeah?
Is it same as? Does it work same as Mac? Because I don't have Windows, so I don't.
You mean the Mac version of Word?
Mac version of Word. Yeah.
It's different than this. Yes.
It's different.
Yeah.
So.
Sorry to say, it's a little different. But if you save this and open it on the Mac version, it should be okay.
Later on, are you able to tell me how to do it on Mac? Because
We could do it on the Mac version. You want to go over to the Mac version and do it there too? Let's save this. Let's save this. This is our template. I think we're pretty much done with this. The only thing I wanted to add was the works cited, but I think you can figure that one out, right? So let's save this. This is our template. So go under the save, that little option up here. See where it says file in the upper left corner? And go to where it says save as. Save as. And I don't know, we didn't really, you might still have a folder on the desktop, right?
Nope.
No? Oh, it deletes whatever you don't have. I don't know. Let's just throw it on the desktop. How about that? MLA format template. How about that? P-L-A-T-E, template. And then just throw it on the desktop. Put it on the desktop, where's desktop at? And then email it to yourself. Didn't we do an email to ourselves the other day, right? Do you remember how to email an attachment?
Yep.
So why don't you email that to yourself, and then we'll go over to the Mac side and make a Mac version. If you want. So here it is. Email it to yourself. Okay, everybody ready to continue? We're going to talk a little bit about the Windows operating system. We're going to make a graphic of our own and bring it into Word. Okay, so I like to do this, so you're going to have to draw a little bit today. Woo! Isn't that going to be fun? Then we're going to talk about scaling images inside of Word, because I think we were scaling a photo last class. Remember doing that, scaling a photo? Well, today we're going to make our own graphic, and we're going to talk about making our own graphic and then bringing it in. What is a graphic? It's a, something you want to draw yourself, right? So in this case, if you look under the Start menu in the lower left corner, we're going to talk a little bit about some of the things inside here. So let's go to the Start menu and then all applications right here, all programs, I'm sorry. So inside there we have some Photoshop elements. Wow, look, there's a Photoshop Elements 12.0. Wow, we can do some photo manipulation in that. How about we do that today? We'll learn how to cut somebody's head off and put it on somebody else's body. You want to do that? We can do that a little bit later. Let's first draw our own graphic. So let's see. We got Adobe Acrobat Reader. Now, if you remember, last class we were making a PDF, right? I think, did we make a PDF out of Word? think we did our final. Okay, so a PDF is again portable document file is what PDF stands for. Portable document file. The advantage of using a PDF, again, I think I explained last class, was that you can use specific fonts that some people don't have on their computer, and it'll still display. Now, to view a PDF, you either have the Acrobat Reader like we have here, but on the Macintosh computer, they also have something called Preview, which will view a PDF also, kind of in the PDF viewer. The downfall of using the Preview on the Macintosh to view a PDF is it doesn't have all the capabilities that Acrobat Reader does. Acrobat Reader has some great capabilities that Preview doesn't, like being able to copy and paste text from a PDF and put it somewhere else, right? Like if you get a PDF, somebody sends you a PDF and you want the text in it, if you're using the Acrobat Reader like this one right here, to read a PDF, you can actually do things like copy, paste, and alter it, and resave it, and do things like that. That Preview on the Mac does not do. Of course, you got a software update. Apple has all of those. Same with Windows, right? They have Windows Update right here, and you should always update your software. And of course, they have automatic updates, right? Who's got their computer automatically update? Someday you're like sit down at your computer and it's updating automatically. You're like, wow, it's updating. You can do automatic updates. I tend not to do that. I like to update myself. Where are we at? Let's see. You got Internet Explorer. It's a browser. We already talked about that. We have Firefox, which is a browser. You have Windows DVD Maker. Wow, you can make a DVD on this operating system. I don't know what that one is. To make a DVD, I use a program that Adobe makes called Encore. So I make DVDs. I use a program called Encore that Adobe makes. And then Apple has their own DVD maker too. I think it's called Studio. I can't remember what it was called. But Apple has a DVD maker too. But I use the Adobe product called Encore. Windows Media Player does what it does. It plays Windows Media. Now, if you remember, the extension for Windows Media Player is a little bit different. So let's talk about extensions for a moment, right? You have Windows Media A for audio, right? And then you have Windows Video Media Video, I believe. Is it a V for video? Video. WMV. I know this one's audio, right? To play with your Windows Video. Now, Windows Media Player can play other things other than just this. And if you really want to play media on your computer, like a DVD or a video, somebody sends you a video, or you make your own video, and you want to play it on your computer, probably the best application to have is called VLC Player. VLC Player. And if you don't have VLC Player on your computer, you can't put it on this one, and it's probably not on here, but I'm just pointing it out. One of the best applications to play video and audio files. If you don't have it on your computer at home, it's free. Okay, it's called VLC Player. Let's just go to Google and look it up. It's called VLC Player. If you don't have this on your computer, I would download it and put it on my computer. Okay, I have it on all my computers. It's free. I know it says donate, but yeah, you can steal and don't have to donate to people if you don't want to, right? Okay, so you download it, put it on your computer. I use it to play my DVDs. I don't use Windows Media Player to play my DVDs on my Windows computer. I use VLC Player. In addition, the VLC Player can play the VBO files. You ever notice on a DVD there's something called VBO files? It'll allow you to play those. It'll play QuickTime ones made on Apple. It plays everything. Okay. I use the VLC Player on my Macintosh computer to play my Windows Media Audio, because I had somebody download and rip his whole DVD collection, and he ripped it all. The word ripping means where you take the data off a DVD or off a CD and put it onto your computer. That's the word ripping refers to that. Well, in this case, he went and downloaded and ripped all his whole CD collection into the WMA format, the Windows Media Audio format, which doesn't play on your Mac. And you're like, it doesn't play in iTunes. It doesn't play in iTunes. But I put the VLC Player on my Macintosh computer, and it'll play the Windows Media Audio files. So if I want to play my Windows Media on my Mac, I use the VLC Player. Okay, so this is a very good program. I highly recommend it to play media, and it's free. Okay. If you want, and now we're talking about software a little bit. I went off on a tangent a little bit on software here. If you want to rip a DVD or take the media off a DVD and put it onto your computer so that you can play it on your iTunes, or let's say you want to put a movie. Let's say you bought. Let's say we didn't just go to the library and check it out and rip it and put it onto our stuff, which I don't condone doing. But let's say you went out and bought a DVD of, I don't know, the latest film, Jurassic World, and you wanted to take that movie off the DVD and put it onto your phone or put it onto your iPad. The program I use is called Handbrake. Oh, let's Google it. I'm not sure the exact website. I use this program all the time. It's a great program. It's called Handbrake. Okay, Handbrake. This program will take your data off your DVD and put it into the format for your iPhone or your iPad. It's a great free program. It's called Handbrake. I use it all the time. Some movie studios put some encryption in there that Handbrake can't deal with, but most of them I've been able to use this to take them. The only ones I ever have problems with are Disney movies. Something Disney does. What they do is how Disney gets away with it is they make a bunch of chapters. See, this program can't deal with more than 100 chapters. And so how Disney gets away with it is when they make the DVD, they put over 100 chapters on the DVD, and this program can't deal with that. So they've learned how to do that. Even though you don't see 100 chapters on there, they mess with the programming on the DVD so that this doesn't work. And how they do it is they put more than 100 chapters on there. This program has a limitation of 100 chapters, and so that's how they do it. Yes?
Could you control the bit rate of the encoding or no?
Yes. It has total control. You can customize. You can even change the size of it if you want. You can change the MP4 or MV4. And all kinds of things. So this is a great application. Again, it's called handbrake.fr. What extension code is FR? What country code? France, right? FR. There we go. And then another great application for the Mac. I know we're on Windows, but I use one on the Mac. Another great one on the Mac. If you want to take a DVD and make another DVD or duplicate a DVD, right? You might buy that DVD. I don't condone going to the library and checking out a DVD and duplicating it. But you buy a DVD and you want to make a copy so you have an extra copy of it. The program I use is called Mac the Ripper. Mac the Ripper. Mac the Ripper, like Jack the Ripper. Mac the Ripper. I don't know which the best website. I would be very weary about this one. This one, I got a virus from this website before, so I would be very weary of that one. Where's Mac the Ripper? I don't know. This website, the softtonic.com, this one right here, the Softtonic. I've gotten viruses from them, so avoid that one if you can. Which one? Which is probably the best one? I don't know. Let's see. Wikipedia. And maybe Wikipedia will tell us where we can get it. I don't know. You're on your own trying to find that one. But I've used it before, called Mac the Ripper. Download Mac the Ripper. Where's this go? Oh, you can download it right from Wikipedia maybe. I don't know. Be very careful of that one. I've gotten a virus in that one before. Also, if I want to duplicate a DVD on a Windows computer, there's a whole bunch of them out there that duplicate DVDs on a Windows computer. I use the one called DVD Decipher. DVD Decipher. That's one that you can use to duplicate a DVD. So those are good media programs. Let's get back to the Windows operating system. So again, I was going through, we started with Windows Media Player. I don't really like Windows Media Player because it sometimes doesn't play things properly. I like the VLC Player. That's the one I use. If we go under accessories, though, you get a whole bunch of other ones. You got Bluetooth transfer. You have, of course, your calculator. You have your command line. I know some of you don't use command line, but if you start using and making apps, if you want to make an app for your phone, and things like that, you really need to use the command line to install software and do things. And I don't know more than say that. Connect to a projector. I don't know which ones they are. Getting started. I don't know what that is. Notepad is like a word processing program, right? It's a streamlined version. Now there's two pre-installed on your Windows computer word processing programs. You have Notepad and WordPad. What is the difference? Notepad is like the very simple one that doesn't have as much formatting. The WordPad is kind of like Microsoft Word, just a stripped down version of it. You can do it. It has a little bit more capability. So Notepad is great. Which one do I use? I tend to use Notepad for doing HTML. If you really bare bones, doing some HTML kind of thing, Notepad on Windows is great. The problem with WordPad and doing HTML and doing some kind of programming is it tries to format it in the WordPad format when you go and save as, so you have to be careful which format you're choosing when you're saving. And we're going to go over that a little bit. But the one I wanted to talk today about was Paint. Okay, so let's go and draw something in Paint. So if you don't see where I'm at right now, go to where I'm at. How did I get there? I went from Start Menu, All Programs. I went to Accessories, and I'm going to use Paint, and we're going to talk about Paint. Woo. So go to Paint, because we're going to make something and then bring it into Microsoft Word. So don't be afraid to make your own stuff. I know it's easy to go and steal things from the internet. We went and stole things from Google the other day, right? We're downloading photos and doing all kinds of crazy things like that. But don't be afraid to make your own stuff. Windows Paint has been around since... I started using Windows Paint in the summer of 1987. Summer of 1987. My father had a construction business, and I didn't feel like doing construction all summer long. So what I did was I convinced the teacher in my college to let me do a directed studies or a special project over the summer, drawing in Paint. Because that was 1987. Paint was, hey, that's a drawing program. So what I did is I went and worked with my father up to 12 o'clock, and then had some lunch and went to the college and painted in the afternoon. That way I didn't have to sit and sweat outside in the hot heat all summer long. Woo! Easy way to have fun. Okay, so this is Windows Paint. One of the things about Windows Paint is it's a simple drawing program. Mostly you have a brush that's here, a brush that's here, and you have pencils, you have a paint bucket, you have letters, you have an eraser, you have an eyedropper, and you have a magnifying glass. You can resize things, rotate things, you can select an area, you can copy and paste areas, you have basic shapes here, you have different colors here. If you've never used Paint before, probably the easiest way to use Paint is kind of like a coloring book. And what you can do is you can outline certain areas and then use the paint bucket to fill them in. Okay, so my favorite drawing is Big Sur. I like to draw Big Sur. Big Sur is like the mountains along the coast, right? You've all been to Big Sur before? Think about what it looks like. So here I'm gonna draw Big Sur. How I'm gonna draw Big Sur is I'm gonna draw by using the pencil tool or brushes tool. Either one, doesn't really matter. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of draw a coloring book looking. Okay, so a coloring book. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use a rectangle, and I'm going to draw a rectangle. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my paintbrush, and I'm going to draw Big Sur in black and light lines. There's the water. Here's a beach. Here's some mountains. Oops, it's okay. Mountains. Oh, what am I doing? I'm drawing with that hockey puck in my hand. It's really hard to draw with a hockey puck. I've been doing it a long time. Drawing with the hockey puck in your hand, but you might want to try. Drawing with a hockey puck in your hand to see what it's like. Okay, there we go. There's some mountains. Okay. So think about when you were a kid, right? When you looked at a coloring book, it kind of had black lines like that, right? after I draw my black lines, and you don't have to draw Big Sur, you can draw whatever you want. I'm going to use my paint bucket right here. There's a paint bucket right here. So after you draw, make sure you connect the lines all the way from one line to the other, because what you can do with your paint bucket now is you can choose a color and you can click and fill in the colors. Here, there's my water. You want the beach? Boom, there's my beach. You want some mountains? What do the mountains look like? They're kind of green, some of them. Boom, 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 boom. And maybe we have some dark green ones. Make a mistake, you can undo. And then maybe as the mountains get further away, they get kind of purple, right? There we go. And let's throw in another blue one there. There we go. And then a light blue sky. Oh, that looks like the ocean. Can we make another one? Let's make another very light blue sky. There we go. Look at that. See that drawing? I did it really quick. Windows Paint is a program you might want to consider using. You can do all kinds of things with it. The easiest way to use it, and I'm going to start again. The easiest way to use it. Oh, if I can delete. Can I delete? There we go. The easiest way to use it is to draw a outline. Do you want to draw a cat? Yeah, let's draw a cat. Come on. There we go. We'll draw a cat. Oh, I'm drawing with blue. I'm going to draw with black brushes. Black brushes. Let's draw a cat. We want to do a cat. Draw a cat. Oops. If you don't like that, you can always erase it using the eraser tool. Look, erase, erase, erase. Let's try again. Let's draw a cat. There's his head. There's an ear. It's going to look more like Yoda, I think. There's the ear. Maybe we are drawing Yoda. Here we go. There's his nose. Cat. Cat. There's his nose. Cat nose. Cat's eyes. It is Yoda. I think it is Yoda. Yeah, I'll draw Yoda. He's got little Yoda feet. It's an alien, more like it. There we go. An alien. We'll give him alien nose. There we go. So after you outline like that, an easy way to color in, again, is to use the paint bucket and paint in alien colors. There we go. It's Yoda. Green ears. Yoda. Yoda. So go ahead, try and draw something. We're going to then bring it into Microsoft Word, so take a minute, and I want to see you draw something. You can do it. Don't be afraid. Okay. Here's my alien. I can crop it a little bit by putting my cursor along the edge, and you see I can crop it smaller. Maybe. Can I crop this side over here? I don't know. Can I just crop? I don't know if I can. I was able to move this side, but not that one. Let's not worry about cropping. Who cares? Let's save it. So to save this file, we're going to go underneath the little pull-up menu in the corner over here. Or there's like a little floppy disk up here. Nobody knows what a floppy disk is anymore, but there's like a little blue, purple floppy disk in the corner. Notice the default file format is what? PNG. And the reportable network graphics, open source. If you click here where it says Save As Type, do you see this one right here, Save As Type? If I click on there, you'll see all the different formats. You got your BMP, monochrome. This is 1-bit BMP. Remember we talked about monochrome, 1 bit. Mono means 1, right? 1 bit. Then we have 16 colors, 4-bit. We didn't write that on the board, but what? Was it 4-bit? Yeah. 8-bit is 256 colors. 24-bit, millions of colors, BMP. Then we have our JPEG, Joint Picture Expert Group. You have your GIF. Oh, and TIFF, we didn't talk about TIFF. TIFF is the advantage of using TIFF is uncompressed. Uncompressed. It's the only one that's uncompressed here. And the BMP is uncompressed too. The JPEG and the GIF and the PNG are all compressed files. What does compressed mean? It means it reduces data so that the file size is smaller. So, which form? Let's just use the PNG. It works fine. Let's give it a name. Give it a name, Alien. 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 And then I'm going to save it on my desktop. Alien. Okay, let's, I don't know. You have any questions about paint? It's fun. Maybe when you're just sitting around watching TV, you can draw, do something fun. I don't know. I'm going to quit. A couple ways to quit an application. If you put your cursor in the upper right corner over here, you can hit the X, and it goes away. That's one way to quit. If we go back to Word, what else were we going to make? We were going to make something else, weren't we? Did I say we were going to make something else? Oh, we were going to do a Photoshop collage, right? We're going to take somebody's head and put it on somebody else's body. Okay. You want to take a break first? Let's take a little break. When we come back, we'll do a collage. Okay, you guys ready? I'm going to go to the internet and let's find, I'm going to go to Google, practice our downloading our images. So the image that we want to download is, find, who do we want? Who's a celebrity we like? Tom Cruise? There he is. Let's take Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise. Images. Images of Tom Cruise. There he is. Let's take Tom Cruise's head. We'll take his head and put it on somebody else's body. Let's try that. There we go. So remember, when you roll over, you'll see the numbers pop up. And what do those numbers represent? Pixels, right? Remember the pixels? Remember how we can go to search tools and find the correct size? You might want large. The more higher the resolution or more dots, the better the quality, right? Okay. That's not a, oh, there we go. That's a good one. Tom Cruise. I'm going to download Tom Cruise. Again, to download an image, right click on it, save image as, and put it on the desktop. I'm just going to put it on the desktop. And then whose body do we want to put Tom Cruise on? Let's put him on, what's that? Let's put him on a matador or something like that. What do you want? You want to put him on a griffin or, you know, some mythological beast? What's a mythological beast? Griffin? We'll put his head on a, is it a griffin like that? Griffin? Isn't that a myth? Oh, there it is, yeah. Well, maybe we can put him on a mythological beast. Is it, or maybe we could put him on a basketball player. There we go. Tom Cruise and a basketball player. There we go. I'm going to make him a basketball player. So I don't know. Find a head and find a body. We're going to combine them together. We'll learn how to do it. Save image as. I'm going to put it on the desktop. Or here, we can put him on Kathy Griffin's face. There we go. We'll put Tom Cruise's. We'll put him on Kathy Griffin. How about that? I don't know. Okay, everybody done? You got 2 pictures? Okay, so let's quit the internet. And we're going to use a program called Photoshop. If you go under Start, you'll notice there's one. It should be under All Programs. And I thought it was in there. Didn't I see Photoshop earlier?
It's at the top.
Oh, it's at the top. There it is. Photoshop Elements 12. That one. Boom. So try it. It should be in your Start menu. Use the photo editor. Photo editor. Click on where it says photo editor. There we go. So everybody find the program. It's called Photoshop Elements. Again, it's under Start. So first thing I'm going to do is open up the head I want to chop out. So I'm going to chop out Tom Cruise. So the first head, I'm going to chop out the head. So I'm going to go underneath File, Open, File, Open. And then I'm going to go to my desktop. Oh, there's a bunch of photos already in there. Look at them. Ooh, lighthouse. Oh, we could probably make him a koala bear. Well, that would be kind of cool. Tom Cruise as a koala bear. Go to desktop, and I'm going to find my Tom Cruise picture. I'm going to hit open. I'm going to go to expert mode. Oh, jeez, really? So under expert mode, so you have a quick mode and then you have an expert mode. Do you see it right here at the top? So open up your picture if you haven't opened it yet. I'm going to go to expert mode. Once I'm in expert mode, I'm going to use what's called a lasso tool. The lasso tool looks like this. It's over here, lasso, right here. Using the lasso tool, I'm going to turn a little bit of feather up. Feather makes the edges soft, so that when I put them on front of Kathy Griffin, it kind of blends with Kathy Griffin's face. Okay. So again, I went to expert mode. I clicked on lasso, and I'm going to turn the feather up a little bit, maybe to about 4 or 5. Not too high, 6 maybe. That sounds good. Then what I'm going to do, you'll see this thing's called a lasso tool. You can sit there and you can draw a line around the head. I'm going to draw it around. Remember, using your hockey puck in your hand. Try and go as close as you can to the head of whoever you're using. If you didn't do it right and you want to do it again, you hold down the Control D. Control D on the keyboard will deselect. And you want to do it again, Control D. So that wasn't very good. Maybe I'll try another one. Another one. There we go. Another one. Well, this is a little better already. So again, if you want to start over, Control D on the keyboard for dog. That'll deselect and you start again. So now we're going to copy this image of his face. I'm going to copy the image of his face by going underneath Edit, Copy, Edit, Copy. So again, lasso, a little feather, draw a box around what you want, go Edit, Copy. Then I'm going to open up Kathy Griffin. So I'm going to go under File, Open. I'm going to go open Kathy Griffin if I can find her. Which one do I want? I want this one. There we go. And then I'm going to paste his face on top of hers by going underneath Edit, Paste. It might be too big. That's okay. What we can do is use this tool right here, the Move tool. This one's called the Move tool right here. It looks like 2 crosshairs with an arrow in the top. Once you click on the Move tool there, you can rescale the picture, scale it down, and you can move it around so it kind of fits in there. Scale it down, move it around, scale it down. There we go. And then when you're all done with the Move tool, you can hit the check box. There we go. Tom Cruise with long hair. See, you made your first Photoshop. Perfect for a meme. We can even write something on there if you want. There's a text tool. You ever make a meme before or whatever? We got a text tool there. We can write Tom is Fabulous. How do you spell fabulous? Fabulous. L-A-S? Fabulous? I-S? Tom is great. How about great? I can spell great. There we go. I don't know. See what we can do. I think it's fun to learn how to do things like this in the computer. So if you like drawing on the computer, and I know we use Windows Paint, you might want to consider getting a free version of Photoshop. It's called GIMP, G-I-M-P. Kind of works like Photoshop, but it's free.
Go to gimp.org, is that where you go?
Yep, GIMP.org. And it's a free kind of like Photoshop program. It works pretty well. You got to get if you use Photoshop before, it's kind of hard to get used to GIMP because you're used to Photoshop. But if you've never used Photoshop before and you start with GIMP, you'd be like, "Wow, this is so much fun." You can do the same thing we did with cutting the bodies out and faces and do whatever you want. GIMP is a really good one. And there's also a free vector drawing program, So the GIMP is more of a bitmap, a raster drawing program. But there's also a free vector one that's very good. It's called Inkscape. I-N-K, Inkscape. Inkscape is a free vector drawing program. Works like Adobe Illustrator. Free vector-based drawing program. Works like Adobe Illustrator. A great tool. Download it and try it. It's free. It's fun. I like Inkscape a lot. It can do a lot of cool stuff. Okay, so if you like drawing and doing things on the computer, most of the things that we do on the computer is kind of, besides just, emailing people and reading your Facebook, you can create things on your computer. You create things. So look at the gallery here. You can look at some of the samples. No? Maybe not. No gallery. There we go. Oh, there you go. You can get your guns if you want. There we go. Some free guns if you want to download them. Do animation. Oh, look at the bird. Oh, this is a good one. Inkscape. Sounds like fun. Okay, let's save our file and bring it into Word. So to save our file here, we're going to go underneath File, Save As, File, Save As. I don't know what this means, so I'm just going to hit OK. I'm going to go to my desktop. Now, by default, the PSD file will probably have problems bringing it into Microsoft Word. So I'm not going to use the default PSD file, which is the default Photoshop file. See it right here where it says Format? Remember we talked about different file formats on the internet? Probably the best one is going to be, let's do JPEG this time. Do you see the one that says JPEG in there? So let's do JPEG, and we'll give this a name. Tom is great, or whatever you want to call it. So let's put it on the desktop. Now, one of the things about saving JPEGs is it's going to want to compress it. JPEG is a lossy type of compression. That's a term called lossy. What lossy means is that it removes data. And you get a little scale here. So a smaller file is going to compress it more or less. Smaller, press, more or less. More. It's gonna, and what it does is it kind of tends to make your image blocky. We use the word blocky because of the way it compresses. It gets kind of blurry and blocky. But you'll notice it's only 116.8 kilobytes. But if I go up here, all the way up here to high, 227.4 kilobytes. So the bigger file, the better the quality, and the less compression. And woo, let's go all the way up to the maximum, 476 kilobytes. So I'm just going to hit save. I'm going to use maximum. That's fine. So you can quit Photoshop and let's go back to Word, Microsoft Word. You can go exit. And so I'm going to go into Microsoft Word and we'll talk about bringing these files into Word and talking about downloading files and doing things like that. Then we also have to talk about making a table inside of Word because you need to make several tables. Now I've already made some videos on my YouTube channel about how to do tables in Word, but we'll do it again. If we don't, we'll probably be able to do it today. So let's try it right now. We'll do that. We'll make tables inside of Word. We'll bring our graphics in that we just made. We'll learn to download some graphics from a clip art, right? Clip art files. And then by that time it'll be time to go probably, okay? Okay, so let's open up our blank document again. I'm back inside Microsoft Word. We've already made our MLA formatted template. Make sure you turn that in. So I'm just going to type in here is some samples. Okay. So let's bring in our graphics. If you're going to save a graphic like we did and put it on your computer, an easy way to bring it into Microsoft Word is just to go underneath Insert, Pictures, Insert, Pictures, Insert Pictures. And in there, we're going to go to our desktop, right? We have our files on our desktop right here. And you should have my Tom Cruise, Kathy Griffin looking, there it is. And say Insert. Yeah, he is awful great. Look at that. Okay, so if you want to resize it after you bring it in, notice you have little handles on the edge here. In addition, you can rescale over here. If you know what size you want your image to be, you can actually scale it over here with numbers. If you look in the upper right corner, you can actually rescale. Notice how I'm scaling using numbers. It's changing both numbers because it's a ratio, right? The height, the width. So again, it's over here. In addition, if you want to put your picture in a frame inside of Microsoft Word, you can do that. I'm going to scale it down a little bit, scale it down a little bit, scale it down a little bit, scale it down a little bit. In addition, you have these options here. Once you have a graphic selected, you can roll your mouse over and see the different types of frames if you want. See the different frames and glows. There's a whole bunch of them in there. You can do a circle if you want. No, that even makes Tom look better right there. Look at that. Or here. Or here. Yes?
I'm having a bit of trouble saving my Photoshop file. Like when I try to do it, it takes away like one of the faces that I layered on top.
Okay. Hold on. There we go. Tom on the angle. So try the different frames. Okay, where are you at?
Here, and then like
Click on file, save. You save for West.
Cheat.
Save for West. JPEG. Is it better now? Lauren is magical. Who's Lauren? No, what's that? The TV show? Is it a good one? I guess it's good. You like it? What network? Was it? Oh, MTV. I don't know. I haven't. I wish you was telling me. Okay. What's off? Maybe try and size it.
do you turn on the feather and then do you magnetic glass on? If you go on pictures,
Okay, everybody cool? You ready to move on? You see all the different frames you can do with your picture, right? So you might want to make your pictures look kind of more interesting.
I'm trying to to attach the Word document, it wouldn't let me. Even when I tried to paste it, it wouldn't let me pick up the paste. It pasted the Tom Cruise.
Okay, so what do you want to do? Tell me what you want to do.
Well, like you want to drop off and like it, so I was going to do that.
You still can't use an attachment?
No.
Can you maybe go and see?
And before it let me,
Mhm.
copy and paste, it wouldn't let me do it.
Okay, well, let's go back to the thing and let's try it again. So go back to the Word. Go back to Word. Your document, your template. So you were going to copy and paste this information, right? So hit Control A. Control A. There we go. And then copy to Control C. And then go back to that, and then let's and delete that stuff. Just hit the delete key on the keyboard. There you go. Click on that and delete. Okay. Now paste is Control V. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was still had the memory when we copied Tom Cruise's head. It puts it in what's called the clipboard, the memory of it, and then it was still using that. Okay, so you saw the different ways of doing the picture, right? Okay. Another thing you can do with your picture is you can change the colors and the effects of it. Over here, when you have your picture selected, over here you have color correction, you have color change, and you have artistic effects. You want to make Tom look, ooh, there we go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Where is this stuff that's over here? When you have your picture selected, make sure you're on Format. Picture selected, Format. You can adjust your color if you want to make them brighter or darker. You can do color effects. You can do artistic effects. There he is. Oh, he looks good now. So there's all kinds of way. Now, a lot of these things are only in the Office 2013 version, not the older version. So that's one reason why you might want to get the newest version of Office, is it has a lot of capabilities in there built right in that you can do that you can't do in the older ones. Okay, you can do some of this, but not as robust, if that's the word, robust. Okay? Everybody ready to move on? You see how to bring in a picture and do that? Okay, let's do online pictures. So let's say you're in Word, you go under Insert, we did Insert Picture, right? Well, this time we're going to say Insert Online Picture. Do you see Online Picture? What it does is it opens it up into Bing. Bing is Microsoft's search engine, right? Like we have Google and we have Yahoo and things like that. We have Bing. So inside of Bing, you can go Online Pictures, and let's search. What are we searching for? More Tom Cruise, or you want to do somebody else? Let's do somebody else. How about Bill Gates? You would think he's in his own search engine? Let's see. Oh, he is. He's in his own search engine. There we go. You can click on a graphic, and you can say Insert, and it comes in. Again, underneath Insert, Online Picture, you got the Bing search. You can type in whatever you want. How about Steve Jobs? There he is. There we go. Steve Jobs. There he is. Okay, so you have access to all kinds of different images. You can make your own like we did, and you can download them. You can put them right into Microsoft Word, all underneath the Insert menu right here. Find a new spot, click after your image, and hit Return. Next thing I want to talk about is I discussed in the MLA formatting for your paper that I wanted you to do 3 tables, I think it was, at least 3 tables, right? Mm-hmm. If not more. So let's talk about how to make tables inside of Word. To do tables inside of Word is underneath the Insert option right here. If you look at it, you got Insert right here. So inside Word, if you want, you can click on the one that says Table. Now, there's a couple different ways of making tables. One of them is you can say Insert Table right here. This is to draw a table up here. The first one is draw it. So if you want one cell table, two cell tables. Now tables are measured in what? When we make tables, we got rows that go across and columns that go down. Kind of a grid structure. Rows, columns. Okay, so to make them, you can see the first option is you can draw your own. So as I'm moving my cursor over, you can see the table kind of showing up. So probably the table that you'll want to make is something like that, 3 rows, 3 columns, and a couple rows, right? Remember if you saw some of the samples, it might look like something like that. When you're done, it puts in a table. Notice how the table goes all the way out to the margins. If you want to adjust your table after you put it in, you can actually put your cursor between them. So if you wanted this cells in the option in here is called a cell. Okay, so between the rows and columns, these are called cells. Rows, columns, cells. You can remember that for the test, right? Rows, columns, what's it called? Cells. Okay, that's on the test. Write it down. What does rows and columns make? Cells. I don't know. The question is something like that. So write it down so that you have it on your test. In addition, if you want to select the entire table, you can click on this little X in the upper left corner. If you click on the X in the upper left corner, you can adjust things all in your cells here. In addition, there's some pre-made templates for your cells here. If you click up here at the top, remember just like in your graphics, you have pre-made kind of cells right here. You can see them. There's a whole bunch of different ones in there. So these are pre-made ones. If you want to color your own cell, you can use your shading right here. So there's one right here called shading. If I click inside one of these and I click on the shading, I can choose a color for my cell. If you want it, so I can put my cursor in one cell and then color it myself if I want. If you want to select the entire row, let's say I want to select the entire row at the top and color that entire row, what you can do is you can put your cursor along the edge over here. And see how my cursor is like towards the edge of the row right there? You can click on the entire row by kind of clicking on the edge there, and then you can change the shading and it'll change the entire row. If you want to click on the entire column going down so you can do something, you can put your cursor along the top up here. Notice how my cursor turns into an arrow that points down. Do you see it pointing down like that? If you click on that, it will select everything in that column, and then you can change the color of that. Put your cursor right along the edge, pointing down. Click on the entire row. Click here. And you can change the entire row. Pretty easy, I hope. If you want to make columns bigger, you can put your cursor between them, and you can see how my cursor changes to an arrow that points in multiple directions. If I click and hold my mouse down, I can make mine bigger or smaller. You can even do individual ones. It just did an individual one there. Make them all bigger. Oh, one at a time, you can do both. You can type inside a column if you or a cell if you want. What are we doing? Needs assessment, right? How about this? We want to get rid of this line and this line and type in the words needs assessment at the very top. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay, so here's how we do that. You can remove rows in columns, or columns and rows and things like that. You can adjust them so that you can adjust it. I think if I click on the entire row there like that, and I don't want to delete, I want to delete cell, delete columns, delete rows, delete columns. No, I didn't want to do that. Ooh, undo, undo, undo. I know there's a way to do it. I just have to remember. Border painter, border painter. That's the total rows, header column, banded columns, first column, banded rows, table, style, options, layout. Here we go. Under layout, it's going to be under merge cells. There we go. That's the one I wanted. Okay, let me do it again so I can show you. So I want there to be a one row that goes across the top so that when I type in my needs assessment, it goes in that top row in the middle, right? So I'm going to select the entire row by putting my cursor along the edge right here and click on it. Notice how it highlights this entire row. Again, kind of right around there, right where I'm clicking right around there. Then I'm going to go to where it says Layout up here under Table Tools Layout, and I'm going to say Merge Cells. What that does is it'll merge them all into one column. One row, I'm sorry. Yeah, one column down, one row. Then I can click inside that column, and I'm going to type in Needs Assessment. And then if I want to center it, you'll notice in the layout options right here, there is some centering options. This is going to center the text right here. There's a whole bunch of options right here for centering. So there's a lot of ways to adjust your cells. You can add new rows if you want, and you can adjust them if you want. I need you to do at least 3 tables, I believe it was, for your paper, right? Okay. Any questions about that? Let me pause my recording here.